Hi, my name is Joy Puleo. I am the Director of Education here at Balanced Body, and I am here with my very dear friend and colleague, Portia Page, and we are going to do a little bit of a gratitude workout. So gratitude, fitting, it's the season to be thankful, gratitude that we're coming out of COVID, gratitude that we have an opportunity to share and to be together. But gratitude is more than a word. Gratitude actually is something that is a brain changer. If we practice gratitude, if we genuinely find thankfulness in our heart, it is shown to promote positive emotions, enhance our experiences, increase our overall health, really and truly by changing like some parameters in terms of blood pressure and heart rate. And it really helps us to build strong and lasting relationships. As a matter of fact, as I'm sitting here today, a study was just recently released in the last day or two that talks about practicing mindfulness and meditation and how that can be as effective in reducing anxiety and depression as medication. So here again, with the use of movement, with the idea of intention and mindfulness in general, we can really enhance our well-being. So Portia and I are going to start here with some breathing exercises. And as really, I'm not going to give her tremendous input on how I want her to breathe. Instead, I really want you, Portia, just to focus on your breath, on the in and the out. And in your mind's eye, Portia, as you're breathing, think on the word thankful and imagine something that you are thankful for. If you wake up every day and you just say the word thankful, you'd be amazed actually at how much that shifts your initial mindset. So now, Portia, let's have you take your hands, cross them, and put your hands on your heart and breathe. Good. So you do this with her. Take one hand, put it on your heart, the other hand over it, and just breathe. Feel your hand into your heart and your heart into your hand. And when you get an opportunity, inhale, open your arms, and exhale, cross. Now take a few breaths with the other hand on your heart. So the word thankful, what are we thankful for? It could be thankful for anything, for the day, for your health, for this mat, right? Anything that brings you a sense of peace, a sense of joy, and a sense of comfort. She's grateful for me, and I'm grateful for you. Don't shorten your breath, no pun intended. Don't think it's time that you shouldn't be spending on yourself. Those moments inside yourself, with your breath, with your breathing, becomes so important for setting the stage. Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask Portia to turn toward you, and we're just going to now modulate the breathing and take this into a bit of a mindful movement opportunity. So Portia, I'm going to ask you to put your fingertips together, put your hands behind your head, and now think on three things that you are grateful for. And we'll focus on the first one. So here, inhale, look up and let your body follow your eye gaze into extension. And exhale, let your elbows come forward and just allow the weight of your head and your arms to take you into a little forward bend. Inhale, rise up, let your eye gaze look forward. Think on that very first thing that you are grateful for. And exhale, now pull that thing toward you. Okay? Let's do a couple more of these. Inhale, let your eye gaze take you up, let your spine extend, let your heart open to the ceiling. Think of what you're grateful for. Exhale, let the weight of your arms and your head draw that thing into you. Two more. Inhale, rise up, and exhale. And can you almost feel how the breath drives the motion, not the other way around? And one more, Portia. And draw that in. Beautiful. So that's the first thing. Now think on the second thing you're grateful for. Let's have you take your left hand, put it over your heart. Take your right hand, put it on your sternum. Now, when you inhale this time, Portia, again, eye gaze leads, right? You look over your right shoulder and look up and behind you, and then come on back. Let's keep the left hand on your sternum, and let's put your right hand on your sacrum. I think I said that wrong. Okay, so you're gonna turn toward me. Second thing you're grateful for, spiral around and reach for it, and then bring it back. Great, on the inhale, let that eye gaze lead the spine, and then come on back. Good, this is the second thing you're grateful for, and let's have you do 2 more in this direction. And it doesn't have to be a thing, it can be an object. Maybe she's looking for a beautiful bird that's behind her. Good. And now let's have you switch your hands. So one hand again on your heart, the other on your sacrum. Let your eye gaze lead you in the direction. And again, think of a thing, someone, a circumstance for which you are grateful, and then look for it. And it's really good to take a look behind you, right, as you look forward. Great. Let's have you do 2 more. So notice how you're incorporating the breath, you're incorporating the movement of the spine in this very sort of easy, natural way, which lends itself to opening up your mind to what you are grateful for what provides you that sense of joy and comfort. Beautiful. In the meantime, we've done some very practical work with your spine on flexion and extension and some gentle rotation movements. All phenomenal preparatory work for whatever you choose to do once you get off your mat, right? So let's have you lie down, Portia. Now let's take this to something else, to something that we want to notice not only in ourselves, but in the world around us, right? So gratefulness is not only for what we have for ourselves, but for what's around us, for all of the beauty that surrounds us. So let's tie ourselves now to the ground. And bridging is also an excellent opportunity in which to do that. Portia's lying on her back. She feels her arms into the ground and into the earth, and she feels her feet. She can also further sort of close this chain and gently pull her heels toward her sitting bones. Now the whole back of her body is just gently active. Here, Portia, what I want you to start to just change your mindset and to think about is to notice the world around you, to feel the ground underneath you. And from there, let's take this into an articulated bridge. And as you curl up, notice how your spine just sort of plucks up off the mat, 1 vertebra at a time. Here, feel this nice long reach through your body and how the whole back of you is just energized by the ground underneath you. Now, on your exhale, just soften into that mat. Let your body yield. So what's lovely about the bridge and practice of gratitude is not only are you feeling and harnessing the ground, closing the chain, if you will, but you're also relaxing and yielding into it. It's this opposition with your experience. So let's do that again. Press down, feel that gentle pulling of your heels towards your sitting bones, articulate up, big breath in, and now exhale. And as you exhale, let the whole front body soften. Feel your body yield into the mat. Great. And then, of course, here are some beautiful mechanics for any workout that you might want to encounter or engage in after this really lovely warm-up. Super. And last one, and yield with us. And down. You know, a lovely thing to add here is just let your legs spiral off to the right. Good. And then bring them back to me and let them spiral off to the left. Good. Again, adding sort of these gentle rotations, really unlocking. Sometimes I think what rotations do for our sense of well-being is they just sort of unlock those little hidden tight spots that hold tension and anxiety. And last one. Okay, so that's bridging. And bridging with a real particular focus on noticing the world around you. Portia, I'm going to ask you to come onto all fours. And let's just flip that script a little bit. Okay, we had an opportunity to think about what are we thankful for? We looked into or asked ourselves, what are 3 things, right? 3 things for which I'm grateful for. Noticing the world around you. Now let's take another look at noticing the world within us. So here on all fours, yes, we have some grounding forces, right? Through the hands, through the knees. Portia, on your exhale, round your back, right? And I just want you to focus on the elongation of your spine. And then I come out of that, just start lengthening out your spine. Let your tail reach out behind you. And then even let your head come up. And again, let the eye gaze go up toward the ceiling. Good. Starting with your head, turn and draw your nose in. It's moving your sternum back. Your sternum moves your ribs back. Your ribs moves your spine back, and your pelvis follows. Then take it from the pelvis, lengthen out, and then it's the ribs, over the shoulders, right? And then the head, and the head looks up. What's really lovely about this is there's an internal sense, an internal rhythm that she's starting to, let's go into reflection again, head, sternum, that she's starting to find just through the gentle rhythms, the rhythms of her breath, the rhythms of the spinal motion. Good. Now here, hold. Good. All right, so can we add, Portia, a little dynamic movement to this, right? Because we want to find those rhythms. We want to take those rhythms into the whole of the body. So start with the flexion, right? Let that head come down. Super. Now sit back. Look at those shoulders. Good. From here, let your head come up. Let your elbows bend. Drive your sternum forward. Come on up. Good. Let's round your back. Beautiful. And sit back. And elbows bend. Come and do this with us. And look forward and up. Now take this experience into yourself. Find the rhythm. Put no judgment on it. One of the hallmarks of mindfulness is that there is no judgment. There is no competition. There is only experience. Allow yourself to feel that rhythm. Portia, I'm going to ask you now to take this on a diagonal. And then on a diagonal. That's it. Good, and around. So you come back, circle, and pull yourself up and through. Oh, lovely. Let's go the other way. Ready? Go back, circle. Now let your eye gaze come up. Let your eye gaze come up. Let's reverse that, right? Come back, come over to a side, circle around. Now look over your fingertips. Go in that direction. Yeah, there we go. And however you're doing this is terrific. Just play with it. And again, one more time, go the other way, Portia. Yep, the other way. That's it, there you go. And just play with that and notice in yourself, don't even judge those sticky spots. What's tight, what's not tight, matters not. What matters is that you're moving through it. Good, and perfect. You know, one of the things that I'm reminded to be grateful for every day is that we have these bodies that are capable of healing, these bodies that are capable of strengthening, these bodies that are capable of walking you through a door, of greeting people. We have these arms to hug people, these hands to touch people, right? These are things to be grateful for. And movements such as this and being in your own space and unlocking that potential, I mean, there really is nothing better than that. Okay, let's take it out to all fours. Onto high kneeling. Okay, so from the all fours, we're going to take Portia into this high kneeling position. There's a whole bunch of reasons why, for a workout or even warm-up perspective, that I like this position. But not the least of which now is we've asked her to release the ground with her hands. We've started to raise her up, right? And we're getting these shins to find sort of a connection or a connection to the back of her, right? And makes the front almost a little vulnerable. So put your hands, just like you did, on your hips. Keep your hips nice and open. And without arching your back, Portia, hinge back at the knees, one straight line, and lift up. Right? Now she's moving herself back in space. And notice for yourself what that experience is, to move back in space, to trust yourself, and how the front of you has to be a partner in this. Good. One last one. Super. Now I want to go back to those 3 things that you were grateful for. Let's put your hands behind your head, right? Of course, we're going to do the same thing you did before. It's look up. Let that be what leads you back. And then come on up, close your elbows, and bow. Good. Press up. Look up. Think about what you're grateful for. Let that be what leads you back. Look at how open her heart is. Lift up. Yep, 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 yep. And take that and draw that into yourself. Nice. Let's do 2 more. Ready? Coming up. Open. Eye gaze. Look at this. And then take what you're grateful for and bring that in. Yeah. Last one. Up. Look up. Open. Good. And notice what starts to happen is she literally starts to yield into this. It's almost like you're giving yourself to what you're grateful to, right? So that's grateful number 1. Okay, let's have you put your left hand behind your head, your right hand on your sacrum. I think we had it on your heart, didn't we?
We did.
I think, though, for this one, we'll keep it behind your head.
Yeah,
okay?
Good. It helps to protect the neck.
Feel your head with your hands. Feel your other hand and your sacrum and that relationship to the back. Inhale, second thing you're grateful for, look behind you. Nice, and then come on back. And then cross your midline, Portia. Right, come on up. Turn, look behind you. And then come on back. You know, I understand that the practice of meditation, there we go, is just starting beautiful. Let's switch sides. It's just starting to move into how we meld meditation and mindful movement. And I really think, like, if you find yourself putting your mindset into the body and the body into the mindset, you really find that marriage, right? And then come on back. And then you don't have to think about what you're grateful for. It really just starts to reveal itself. Right, so this would be the 3rd thing that you had your eye on that you were grateful for. Good, and one last one. It's really lovely to open up this way. The whole front body opens up in this nice spiral, and then to cross that midline, really pulling all of those movements together. Now, Portia, for the last one, I'd like to really start the process or the idea of don't forget to look up. How many times do you go on a hike? I know I do, right? And I'm so focused on what's down here, and I forget that I'm on a hike so that I can appreciate what's out there. So we're gonna take that same thigh stretch, and let's just go up through your center, take your arms up, look up, reach up and behind, yep, and then come forward. Put your hands down, find the mat. Good, ready? We're gonna spring up, look up, reach behind you, reach. Look, oh my God, I'm like, feel like I'm gonna lose her in a second, and come on back. That was beautiful. And again, one more time, ready? Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, reach. Look at that. And come on down. Super, how's that feel? So these are just some ways of starting to imbue your movement, right, with gratefulness, with gratitude. The other thing I wanna say to you is anywhere inside of this, you know, Portia, do that one more time. Reach the arms up. Now you don't have to go back as far as Portia, but I want you to say for me, I am enough. Ready? Go back and say in your mind's eye, I am enough. Yeah, good. And then take it up again. Ready? Go. Ready? I am enough. Right? Touch the floor. Bounce. I am enough. Good. Bounce. I am enough. Last one. Go. Ready? I am enough. Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Just kind of threw that at her. And you are enough.
And so are you.
Okay, so we want to take this to standing. Okay. So the idea of looking up, we felt the ground, right? We felt the rhythms inside of ourselves. We looked up, and now we stand up. And we feel that opposition of the grounding forces of our legs and our spine rising up and taking us through space. So here again, just simply go back to breathing. One of the other things that you should know in terms of gratitude and ways in which you can express gratitude, or ways in which you can soothe yourself to see the gratitude, is sometimes through objects. So I often wear malas next to my watch, and that is by design. So when the anxiety of what's next and what am I supposed to be doing, sometimes I will hold my malas just like I'm doing now in my hand and just gently rub the beads as an opportunity to feel the smoothness and feel the sensation in my fingertips. And that really goes a long way in sort of calming and soothing sort of the anxiety that gets built up just in a day, right? The phone rings and who's coming in and did you get everything done? And that list I had got longer, not shorter, you know, all of that. And sometimes just sitting and with the beads next to my watch is a reminder, it's okay, it's all gonna get done. Anyway, so here we are standing. We're gonna conclude here. Portia, let's just focus on where are your feet underneath you. Don't worry if they're parallel, if they're the same in terms of their turnout, if you're more on one foot than the other. As a matter of fact, what I'd like you just to do is sway from side to side and feel the ground underneath you. You could take that now with your arms, you can sway, and you could even just let your arms move. Just easy, easy. And where does that come from? Is it your spine? Is it in your pelvis and your hips? Is it all the way down through your legs? No judgment, just is. Good. Now, come to a quiet space, breathe, and let's take your shoulders forward, up and back. And it's inhale. And forward, up and back. And one more time. Great, shoulders. Now, let's take it through the feet. Ready? Portia, let's rise up, inhale. And then down. Rise up, push the ground away to rise up, and then down. So again, really feel that push the ground away to rise up, and then down. One last time, rise up, and down. Add your arms. Ready? Inhale, rise up, and down. And give it a rhythm. Up, and down. And one more time. Ready? Up, and down. Now, let's fold the body. Fold, come down. Right? And now open up. Up, up, up. Rise up if you can. Good. Come on down. And fold. And up. And down. You don't have to go up onto the balls of your feet. Just fold and open. And fold. And open. Super. Bring the arms down alongside your body. Good. And here we're going to conclude by taking our arms, opening them out wide, looking up, bringing your hands together, and coming down and thinking about the first thing you're grateful for. You're going to do that again. You're going to open your arms, big inhale, look up. What is that second thing you were grateful for? And now let's go one more time. Ready? Up, hands together, hold it there. Think about the third thing you were grateful for. Pull it towards you and all the energy that you just created. Hey, on behalf of myself, Joy Puleo, and my very dear friend and colleague, Portia Page, we want to say thank you and let you know that we are super grateful for you.